Thanks for joining us. I'm Sarah Panko. This is the ESA News Desk. Joining me now is Kate McKeever. She is with Enel Green Power. Thanks for joining us, Kate.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so let's talk about Enel and what you do for them.
Sure. So Enel is a multinational energy company, but in the U.S. we focus strictly on renewables and mostly energy storage right now. So Enel is actually on the green power side, has over 100 projects in 23 different states with 4 different technologies. But we're also moving to incorporate storage into our business. And we have 3 business lines that are focusing on behind the meter, standalone energy storage, and integrating storage with renewables.
Wow, that's great. So let's talk about why states, decide to do, storage and storage policy.
Yeah, I think states that are doing storage policy right now have identified a need. So you'll see places where they're trying to replace generation, such as peaker plants, to reduce emissions, and so you're seeing a real opportunity for standalone storage. You're seeing places that have ambitious renewable energy goals that are trying to integrate energy storage to time shift that clean energy and to firm up the renewables. And you're seeing behind the meter storage where it could really help with demand management on your bill.
Wow, and we were talking about it too. A lot of the focus right now is on the Northeast.
Yep.
So let's talk about some of the successes and challenges in New York, and especially because there's a panel here at ESA dedicated to this.
Yep, there's a panel tomorrow on this. And New York has been one of those states that have really ambitious goals all around. So they have a very ambitious renewables goal, and from my company's perspective, that's very exciting. Right now it's 50% by 2030 of their electricity will come from renewable sources, and they're actually looking at going to a 70% standard by 2030.
Wow.
At the same time, New York has implemented a 3 gigawatt energy storage target by 2030. So one of the things we're excited about is helping the state craft policies that will integrate those 2 policies so that we really can time shift renewables and replace dirtier fossil fuel plants.
Wow. Let's talk about some other successful programs in the U.S. We're in Arizona.
We're in Arizona.
Is this one of them?
Arizona, I would actually probably defer to one of my colleagues who spends more time here, but I am familiar with some of the programs out west. So I think some of the things we talked about earlier, where is there a need and where have states identified? So obviously New York still, they had a really successful transmission and distribution deferral program. So initially in the Brooklyn, Queens area, they identified a problem where they would need a $1.2 billion upgrade.
Wow.
And instead of doing that, they're using resources like energy storage, and it became a $200 million solution. In Massachusetts, we have the first in the nation Clean Peak Standard, which also is a program that would shift clean energy resources during the peak so that we could reduce emissions and not use those costlier, dirtier fossil fuel plants during that time, which we use now. In California, they have great programs on resource adequacy. So they are procuring through PSC approval areas with reliability where they're using storage, where traditionally they would use gas generators.
So most states want these programs. It's just how do we implement them?
I think states are definitely trending towards wanting cleaner resources, and I think states can learn from each other and best practices, but the areas I focus on right now, especially in the Northeast, really does seem to want to do this at a very fast pace, which is exciting.
Great. Well, thank you so much for joining us here, Kate. I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching. This is the ESA News Desk.